Yeah.
Alright, welcome. We're with Indiana Tech College of Business, and we're actually a basic marketing class, so we're just getting into this compared to some of the other competitors. Pretty much the theory behind our ties is our mission is to break the code on how to attract people 18 to 35 to get here, and the Da Vinci Code, the movie, it kind of goes along with the whole theme of it. And my name is Brock Wheeler.
I'm Camilo Rodriguez.
I'm Jonathan Strout.
And I am Brenna Conger. So our objective was to create a marketing and advertising campaign that attracts audiences to become a part of the Cinema Center's film experience. And we want to get more people to attend screenings on a regular basis. We're trying to create like the cool factor or an X factor to attract new film goers to come to the Cinema Center, because there's a lot of people who've not been here, and it's actually really nice. We're focusing on attracting people from outside of downtown Fort Wayne. Our approach is to create a strategic recommendation on marketing and to conduct a competitive analysis. We also are going to design a target market informed plan and pitch a creative design idea based off a theme to attract new film goers.
The Cinema Center competitive advantage is that they're a non-for-profit cultural organization that has been showcasing films for nearly 40 years. They showcase independent, foreign, documentary, and specialty films. They have been they also nurture local filmmakers and offer a more than a movie experience. After performing a competitive analysis, we realized that the three competitors for the Cinema Center are the Robert Goldstein Performing Arts, that is located also in downtown Fort Wayne, and they provide live entertainment. Then there's Carmike 20, located in DuPont Road, and they show film popular movies. And then finally it's Carmike Rave, which is located in Jefferson Point Mall, and they not only provide like new popular films, but they also reward membership with discount beverage and movie experience. The primary target for the project, it's actually new film goers, young adults between the ages of 18 to 35 in Northeast Indiana who appreciate cultural events, are already film lovers, and may not know about the Cinema Center. The Fort Wayne population, it's actually divided in 73% Caucasian, 15% African American, 7% Hispanic, and 5% other. In order to appeal to new film goers between this population, Team recommends that the Cinema Center explore films that promote the Cinema Center as a center of culture. They also show theme movies for the holidays and show historical movies that relate to historical events. Capitalize on previously shown movies with no audience engaging experience. And finally, promote locally craft beers and wine that capitalizes on the drink local trend. And that way the revenues will stay within state.
Alright, in our creative strategy, we want to focus on the first campaign that concentrates on multiple themes and events that create awareness and interest over different populations of the Fort Wayne demographic. And with our theme, imagine a paintbrush painting a roll of film, conceptualizing the art that is the Cinema Center, and pretty much like this was kind of like a billboard idea that we would use, and it's relating with it going from black and white and then painting it, and it shows like the development on into like what the Cinema Center is today on the far right. And the slogan that we would choose is that the gazing into the art of cinema, one scene at a time. And the reason we think this fits really well with the Cinema Center is because of the culture here. That is kind of the culture, and like you got to view life and movies one scene at a time to actually enjoy them and understand most of them. And our audience engaged film experience, it's called Break the Code. It's a movie themed event combined with an interactive game that includes the craft wine and the craft beer. The design is based from the Da Vinci Code, which is also with our ties as well. And pretty much Da Vinci Code, just a little thing, is that like they break the code throughout the movie to try to reveal hidden truth. And we would use that in the Cinema Center as the Mad Anthony's or the winery would use, they set up 4 stations for tastings, and you guys would, or us, would provide a couple questions with like hidden meanings in them, and they'd have to break the code. And once the first film goer did actually break the code, they would receive a free bottle of wine or a free case of beer along with that as well. And the whole point of the game is to like interact and get people in here to try the beers, and locally keeps the revenue in the city and in the state with all the craft. I know that's a big thing. Microbrews are becoming a very big thing now, rather than just the typical domestics. The fee for this would be like about $20 to get in the door. That would cover your winery, that would cover your beer tasting, that would cover like maybe some snacks, and that would cover the movie as well. You would show the movie Da Vinci Code after it, and then after the interactive game completed around 8 o'clock, the movie would begin.
With communicating the film experience, we would use traditional and social media platforms that would promote the slogan, "Gazing into the art of cinema, one scene at a time." In conjunction with announcing audience-engaged film experiences such as the Break the Code event, we would combine all social media sites together and link them through an app called Spreadfast. You'd link them so that way every post is the same across all platforms: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You'd post one thing on one site and it would go to all of them, so you don't have to have one person working on Facebook, then someone else post on Twitter, and then another person post a photo on Instagram. Everything would be linked. In integrated social media, it creates a unified message. It improves promotional reach and frequency because you're going to be hitting more of your target audience by doing this. And we would recommend that you create a organizational LinkedIn account. It will increase awareness and participation by employers and philanthropic organizations in larger scale film experience events and ticket purchases. We also would advise you to create a mobile app where you can buy tickets on the mobile app. You can provide incentives such as discounts through the mobile app or directly off your website, and you could post like all sorts of different things on your app. They could do interactive games on the app to win a free popcorn, free movie, free drink, all sorts of different things. You can just get creative with it.
Traditional media. Outdoor billboard advertising posters should be used to promote audience-engaged events. These posters are $700, printing included, on eco-friendly paper that deliver long-term color and design integrity. These posters can be changed out frequently and placed into other high-traffic areas to accommodate short-term investments. Posters are done in 4-week flights and should be designed in conjunction with the Break the Code event or other audience-engaged film experience that would be held during those 6 months, from the beginning of May to just before Thanksgiving. The cost of these posters will be $4,900, and the remaining $3,100 left should be used towards audience-engaged interactive film experiences. And here are some more ways to break the code and appeal to your audience.
Along with the whole Break the Code thing, we want to incorporate the holidays with that as well, since there are 3 major holidays in the areas that we want to incorporate. First of all, with Valentine's Day, since it is like the couples and the sweetheart holiday, and people prefer to go to like dinner and a movie, we suggest to maybe team up with a local business that provides food and maybe offer a ticket like a dinner and you get a free movie, or if you come to the movie, you can get dinner after depending on the time that you chose to see the movie. And that would get multiple people here, couples, if they're from outside the demographic. And then if they enjoyed their time, they could tell their friends like, hey, you guys should go down on a date night. It's a really good place. You can grab a beer. It's downtown. You can get a nice bite to eat. It's in walking distance of a lot of places. And then with Easter, we suggest that like hiding Easter eggs, like just a few within the theater, like under your seats, or like maybe like by a trash can or by a rail or something. And if a moviegoer finds that and they turn it in at the front desk, that they would receive a free popcorn or a free beverage of their choice, preferably small, no refills to help the revenue. And then for Christmas, since it is the season of giving, we suggest that people like bring in like scarves, hats, or like gloves for little kids, which then in return would be donated back into the community. And for them doing that, they would receive like a free ticket or a free popcorn or a free beverage as well. And then also like with the holiday theme, we would show the holiday theme movies as well. And then for drinks, we suggest that like maybe like for Christmas you should give hot chocolate, offer hot chocolate for the kids, and like maybe Bailey's hot chocolate for the adults since you have the liquor license. Thank you for joining us. Do you guys have any questions?
One of the just a question I had, maybe Joan can kind of help answer this. I worked for a while at a radio station that gave away beer and wine. The thing is, legally you can't do that. But what we are working on was to just give away a $20 gift certificate to Kroger, and then buy whatever you want. The idea is that somebody else is picking up the tab. Just when you guys are putting together an idea like that, make sure that you kind of have allocated a way out, just in case.
And we were mainly focusing on the beverage, like the sodas, more or less.
Sure.
Yeah.
But there's a point where you said maybe give away a bottle of wine or something, which, let me tell you, that'll get me in. You know.
Is the Spreadfest, is that an actual app?
Yes, we went online and we looked for apps and stuff that you could download on your phones to integrate all your social media accounts. And we looked at account after account after account, and we even had to download them on our own phones. And some of them we couldn't even get them because we weren't a business. But there's more than just Spreadfest. There's applications all over the place for integrating all your social media accounts. There are some that'll even include LinkedIn.
In a lot of places, when you post to one, they're actually like linked together as well.
Yeah, I know if you post photos to Instagram, you can have your Instagram linked with your Facebook or your Twitter, and it'll post the same thing, and it'll post the photo across your Facebook, your Twitter, all of those.
You know, and some of that, another thing to kind of keep in mind is it's good to kind of have different conversations per social media platform. So you're going to have different types of people on Twitter as opposed to on Facebook. Use what those things are good at for those reasons. For example, Instagram isn't always good for just posting a story, obviously. It's a picture platform. So you want to be sure that you direct those activation points given those specific channels. So that's one thing to keep in mind. It's a great tool, but not to use that, entirely. But just something to think about.
It was just a suggestion for some events, like if you have a main event, you want to get that main event on all of them.
Great idea for that. Yeah. Perfect. One other thought was the cost of mobile app. Any thoughts on that?
No.
And then you mentioned the drink local trend. I wonder, did you have background on that? I thought that was an interesting observation that that's a trend right now.
I actually work at Bagger Dave's, and that is a big place that we do like microbrews, and that's like a very popular thing. So I know personally that that is a big trend going on, and through the like being a server there and knowing that people come in and request those and like having intimate conversations with customers about like that being the trend and like that being the new thing, and getting people to actually like Coors Light. They come in and they try like a craft beer and they enjoy it actually better tasting and stuff like that.
So you think we could play up that?
Yes, definitely.
You need to branch it out and make it watch local, drink local. Like have local, Midwest filmmakers, and do a Upland Brewery, tasting or something like that.
I love the watch local. Because I think it is a strong trend, especially buy local.
Definitely.
You see a lot of that to kind of play into that. I think it's a great.
You need to leverage that against like a rave or something like that.
Oh,
Say,
sure.
You guys are owned by a company in Philadelphia or whatever, but these guys are not for profit in our backyard.
I thought it was interesting that you recommended that we have a company LinkedIn presence, or what would be the benefit of that you would suggest?
Because there's a lot of college students who are on LinkedIn. Like I know for some of my classes we're required to create a LinkedIn account. And I go on and I look for places where I could possibly work or just organizations. I do research on there on organizations sometimes. I'll look up, like I was looking up a sports thing for an interview I had this week, and I went and I found their LinkedIn and their mission, everything. I found all the information on them. So that way I knew what they were, where they were, how to get there, and
I
LinkedIn
never
just,
thought of it since we don't have a lot of employment opportunities or anything like that, but that's an interesting.
And it's also a great way to like network too,
Yeah.
to get like, because if I would connect with you guys on LinkedIn, then all of my connections would see that I connected with you guys, which would be another way to network. And then as soon as someone else did it, then all of their followers may not be the same. And it's just a big tree and it'll branch out.
you'd also be able to connect with other companies. So if there's another company like the Cinema Center or a brewery that you guys like, and a wine place you like, you could connect with them on there, and people can see that, oh, you're connected with them. I like their beer, I like their wine. Well, maybe I'll go there so I can get their beer and wine.
I think you guys have done a really nice job of connecting a lot of different dots that are broad and diverse and just really well thought out.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.